Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of our Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix 100% guide. So, if you manage to get enough money, you could buy something from Sid, but at the moment we're going to have a fight.
Keep on coming at you, as long as you continue to wield the Keyblade. But why? Why would it choose a kid like you?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Oh.
Never mind. Now, let's see that Keyblade.
What? There's no way you're getting this.
Absolutely not.
All right.
Let's tell him, Sora.
Then have it your way.
So, we have to fight Leon. And I have to mention this one thing that's really cool. You will have noticed in the cutscene, around Leon's neck is like a cool kind of lion chain. Later on in the game, we do end up getting customizable chains to give the Keyblade extra powers. We do get one from Leon very later on in the game. And it's actually that chain that he's wearing on his neck. But the whole thing with Leon is you're going to want to keep your distance and let him jump towards you, because his attacks are very, very powerful. And like our Waka training, we're going to want to basically knock him back. And if you're able to get that kind of combo with the stun impact, it's absolutely a very good go-to plan. Luckily we have our potions there, so definitely stock 3. And just when he's going to go attack with the fireball, do try and knock that back. So keeping a medium distance means he'll probably stop to launch a fireball, more than likely. And if he jumps towards you, we then get a little chance to jump and have a bit of a combo. You can also tech his attacks, but that's obviously way more dangerous to do. But I love this, it's one of the very few times in the game where you can lose a fight and still, you know, have the story progress. So when you beat him, you get 30 XP, and we're going to have a bunch more cutscenes, so I'll pause for that and talk about the other benefits for beating Leon later. Talk to you then.
Oh, you're slipping, Leon.
I went easy on him. Looks like things are worse than we thought. A lot worse.
Gosh, there's nobody here. Sure is spooky.
Actually, I'm not scared.
Excuse me, did the king send you?
Come on, lazy bum. Wake up.
You okay?
I guess.
Those creatures that attacked you are after the Keyblade. But it's your heart they really want, because you wield the Keyblade.
I'm so glad that you're okay, Kairi.
Kairi? Who are you talking about? I'm the great ninja Yuffie. I think you might have overdone it, Squall.
That's Leon.
The Keyblade.
Yeah, we had to get it away from you to shake off those creatures. It turns out that's how they were tracking you.
It was the only way to conceal your heart from them. But it won't work for long. Still, hard to believe that you, of all people, are the chosen one.
Oh,
Well, I suppose beggars can't be choosers.
why don't you start making sense? What's going on here?
Okay, you know there are many other worlds out there besides your castle and this town, right?
Yeah?
But they're supposed to be a secret.
They've been secret because they've never been connected. Until now. When the Heartless came, everything changed.
The Heartless?
The ones who attacked you, you remember?
Those without hearts.
The darkness in people's hearts. That's what attracts them.
And there is darkness within every heart.
Hey, have you heard of someone named Ansem?
And Sam?
He was studying the Heartless. He recorded all of his findings in a very detailed report.
Gosh, can we see it?
Its pages are scattered everywhere.
Scattered?
Too many worlds.
Oh, then maybe the king went to find them.
Yes, those were my thoughts exactly.
We've got to find him quick.
Red! First we need that key.
That's right. The Keyblade.
So, this is the key.
Exactly.
The Heartless have great fear of the Keyblade. That's why they'll keep coming after you, no matter what.
Well, I didn't ask for this.
The Keyblade chooses its master, and it chose you.
So, tough luck.
How did all this happen? I remember being in my room. Wait a minute. What happened to my home? My island? Riku! Kairi!
You know what? I really don't know.
So, we've ended up with a huge amount of lore there about the Heartless, the Keyblade, what our role is in saving the world and all that jazz. That's amazing. But to circle back, we're after getting our victory against Leon, which means at the end of this world we get an extra elixir. We wouldn't get that if we didn't beat him in that versus fight. And as I say, you can lose that fight and the story will progress. You'll get a slightly different cutscene, but that's about it. But if you can manage to basically hit this until it gets round to 7 o'clock, we get that little jingle, and there's now another treasure chest here containing a mithril. So definitely collect that and add it to your inventory. And as I say, I'll just show you my stock every now and again. So we can sell those pretty stones, but we got 2 lucid shards as well as our mithril shards and our mithril. And I'm going to basically have, might even do it now, have an overlay of like the items and what you need to have for each of the different items going forward. But lucid shards is like a massive amount, so we're going to grind them out loads more. But as I say, let's hop in and just take out some more potions, just because once we've beaten Leon, we end up unlocking another Heartless variant. We end up unlocking the soldiers, which were those Heartless we saw up here, while that person had their heart stolen. So we do get a little tutorial on basically saying you're able to unlock stuff. It's like super cool. No lock can defeat the Keyblade. But unfortunately, we get ambushed because I'm holding the Keyblade again.
Yuffie, go!
And instead of bringing us to the next room where we can all fight together, the 4 of us, we instead split up and make the reunion with Donald and Goofy even longer than it needs to be. But essentially, we now have soldiers. They are quite a dangerous foe to have. I basically had to cut out where I lost a bunch of times, and if you lose before saving in the green room, you're going to have to redo that Leon fight. So definitely make sure you load into that save and don't just hit continue, because the continue will actually bring you to the Leon fight. So make sure you hit load game and then load into the green room when you make a save there, because nobody needs to be fighting him again. He is a tough opponent. But they give you 3 XP, so you can 100% have a chance to get to level 9 super quickly, which is great. And they'll spawn with a mixture of them and shadows around the different districts. The first district, however, is now vacant of enemies, so you definitely want to circle back there to save and heal up your HP to save you using potions and whatever. And obviously if you had some more money, you could then buy some items and things like that. But stun impact is such a good defensive option as well. Like 100% is amazing. Would highly recommend. But a lot of lore was also dropped there, so it's an interesting thing that so long as Sora wasn't holding the Keyblade, apparently the Heartless can't track Sora. But it is interesting how, I suppose, in the lore, that like just... What is weird is that, at least later on, it states that the Keyblade is the only thing that can truly defeat the Heartless, so it's interesting that they would seek out people wielding the weapon that can destroy them, but I suppose the logic is if they defeat the wielder of the Keyblade, then nobody else can challenge their ever-marching progress through the darkness. But getting some HP, getting some money, we're up in the 200s now in money, so we can get a good few potions if we wanted to. But yeah, that little corridor is like a corridor of absolute death. We do not want to go near there. And I cut out a little bit of grinding in the interim, but you can talk to Leon here. He basically is going, this place is secure, we're all good. But I didn't go near this safe, but if you go near there before you have that talk with Yuffie, it'll just say, oh, it's locked, you can't open it. But now that we know we can unlock things with the Keyblade, it just magically opens and we're totally fine. But make sure you talk to Aerith, because she'll give you a Mega Potion, and she'll only be here to give that before we go to this fight with the final boss of Traverse Town. But one thing to say is that you can run to the Gizmo shop. It's a lot more of a difficult challenge in there, but it gives a good amount of EXP if you want to kind of go there and take out enemies to level up. But the soldiers drop spirit shards, so that's one good thing to know. And as I say, I just was like trying to get some levels, so I end up getting the treasure magnet ability. And it low-key is a really good passive ability to have, just because it draws in your prize orbs, be they HP or money, from further away. And obviously, until we get Cure, the fact that we'll be able to gravitate healing orbs to recover our HP from further away just is a really good passive to have. But basically, you want to make your way around the corner from the stairs into the 3rd district. And this is where we end up reuniting, or not reuniting, but like finally meeting Donald and Goofy for the first time. And it was here that I basically decided, okay, I'm giving up on the undefeated and unchanging armor trophy this playthrough. I will do another like kind of speed run, maybe hour and a half, 2 hour, maybe it's probably going to be 3 hours, I might split it into 2 parts. But I will just do a beginner speed run of the game, not changing the equipment and not obviously skipping all the cutscenes, not hitting continue, not changing the armor. But here we have our compadres, Donald being the black mage, or mage in general, but honestly he is a good black or white mage, but he is a really good DPS boost for now because I don't have any spells at all. But as you can see, one cast of fire takes him out. But unfortunately, Donald just got drop kicked by all the bloody soldiers. So Goofy has used 3 of his potions already to heal him, which obviously means no healing for me. So thanks, Donald. And the other problem with Donald is he gets drop kicked and KO'd so quickly that he actually doesn't even get to use any of his items because he just gets whopped so hard and knocked to unconsciousness. So there we go. He has... Oh, goodness gracious. But for this boss fight, you're going to want to keep in the air and you're going to want to go after the gauntlets. Keep hitting them, keep jumping away from the main body because while the gauntlets are separated, the main body will just throw itself at you. So if you kind of keep in the air, keep knocking it away, you get to avoid that disaster. But as I say, they do drop enough HP orbs that if you have Treasure Magnet on, you should be able to like keep yourself safe, keep yourself healthy, and just keep in the air, keep attacking, keep knocking stuff away. Now, that's the gauntlet stand. But now the problem is, this sky will start to spin like mad, so you want to kind of avoid the main body and just keep aerial, as in keep in the air, and just go after the shoes and just keep at it. And one useful tidbit, if you are locked onto a target and press the Y or triangle button, you will send your allies to attack the thing you're locked onto. If you have no lock on and you press triangle, they will run towards Sora. So it's a good way to basically control the AI to either attack a target or fall back towards Sora out of danger, potentially. So, with all of that in mind, you can, like that, when you see them kind of have that little exclamation point, I'm then targeting them and making them, you know, want to attack, basically. But as you can see, I used a Mega Potion, the Mega Potion from Aerith. It heals the entire party 30 points, and I luckily saved Donald's life from those gauntlets. If I hadn't have used that then and there, would have been all over. But quickly, that thing does lots of damage. It's like Beyblade spin attack. But with that completed, we're going to have another cutscene, and I'll talk to you when we get all our rewards for completing our first world together. The first one being a lovely new accessory, Brave Warrior. And these big crystal hearts, yeah, it's like we've freed them from the Heartless's grasps. And we're going to basically have our Disney characters all meet up, and they're now going to form a trio. Talk to you after the cutscene.
So, you were looking for me?
They too have been seeking the wielder of the Keyblade.
Hey, why don't you come with us? We can go to other worlds on our vessel.
I wonder if I could find Riku and Kairi.
Of course.
Are you sure?
Who knows? But we need them to come with us to help us find the king.
Sora, go with them. Especially if you want to find your friends.
Yeah, I guess.
But you can't come along looking like that. Understand?
Oh.
No frowning, no sad face, okay?
Yeah, you gotta look funny, like us. Whoa.
Whisper runs on happy faces.
Happy?
That's one funny face.
Okay, why not? I'll go with you guys.
Donald Duck.
Name's Goofy.
I'm Sora.
All for one, one for all.
That little squirt took down that Heartless. Who'd have thought it?
Such is the power of the Keyblade. The child's strength is not his own.
Why don't we turn him into a Heartless? That'll settle things quick enough.
And the brat's friends are the king's lackeys. Swat on the eyes, they're all built rats by the look of them.
You're no prize yourself.
Shut up!
Enough! The Keyblade has chosen him. Will it be he who conquers the darkness? Or will the darkness swallow him? Either way, he could be quite useful.
So, lots of intrigue there. We have all the Disney villains, and we've basically signed on to go with Donald and Goofy, and Donald, being a little bit sneaky, was like, I don't know if we're going to find his friends, but we're going to just take this guy on the road with us. But as you can see from earlier, we got money, which you will always get, and you'll get an elixir if you beat Leon in the initial fight. So a really powerful item. Glad we got an extra one. We got our first magic spell, Fire, and it goes to, like, you can strike enemies to regain MP, you can use ethers to regain MP, and then we get given dodge roll in case we were so low level that we never actually learned a new ability as Sora, and it goes through how to equip abilities, all that jazz. And then it says that Jiminy's going to be looking after the journal, and so I then read through this just because I hate the little new icon. I just go through and look at all the different Heartlesses and different bits and pieces there. What I wish it could have told us is like a little note say, they dropped this particular synth item or whatever, but they don't. The next thing the game goes to show us is another collectible we're going to start collecting, which is the Trinity Marks. They basically are little coloured symbols that do different things, whether it's unlocking shortcuts, unlocking new areas, unlocking treasure or treasure chests. That's pretty much all they ever really do. And so far we only have access to blue Trinities, but we are going to be using, and I'll be showing you all the different Trinities you can get from the very start here in Traverse Town. And what's really nice is the initial couple give you money, which is obviously great because we're going to be going into the item store trying to buy new items, buy new weapons for Donald and Goofy, buy items like ethers and potions. So it's just nice that the first couple in Traverse Town are just explosions of money just to give you a good starting income, I suppose. So hopping into the item shop, we're going to basically buy a new staff for Donald. So the Morning Star is like, doesn't impact your magic and gives you a tiny boost to strength, whereas the other hammers give you a big boost to strength but reduce your magic lower. That's kind of Donald's whole stick, no pun intended. And then you have Goofy's shields, which are either they don't give a boost to attack, but then let him deflect things, let him get tech points, let him parry enemy attacks. Those are kind of his two things, whether you're having an offensive shield or a blocking, parrying, defensive shield. Now, the third district has a ton of little elemental puzzles. The first one is we can now have a shortcut back to the first district. So you use that keyhole, you get that shortcut. Really, really nice. Shoot fire on that door there, unlocks it and lets us go to a new area of Traverse Town. And then you'll see over to the bottom of that ramp, there was like a little exposed wire and like a bunch of electrical symbols. So when we get lightning magic or the thunder spell, we're able to have that activate and get something fun there. But grab that Trinity up at that top ramp. It's super duper useful. So don't miss that one. And then that's another Trinity mark marked off. One of our trophies in, I say trophies, you know what I mean? Steam achievements is getting all the Trinities. But in this cutscene, oh my god, who do we see? But
there's something about this musty place.
Kyrie!
It reminds me of the secret place back home, where we used to scribble on the walls. Remember?
I do, Kairi. I do remember.
Kairi?
Sora?
Sora, you just met these people. Do not have them question your sanity before you even left the world. But yeah, we meet Merlin and the fairy godmother, but we haven't seen her yet. But Merlin is like, the king sent me a letter. I'm coming back to Traverse Town to like hang out and teach you magic. Don't be worrying. And it's like, where was the king? How did you get this correspondence? Why didn't he actually come and meet up with us in person? This is mad. The king knows everybody and anybody. Well, of course he does. He's Mickey Mouse. He can know whatever he wants. But yeah, it's just a super cute little side area that's all focused on magic and getting you a bunch of magic upgrades and like giving you access to a really powerful form of magic known as summoning magic, because yes, summons are in this game. Super cute. But the reason I came here early was to get access to an extra blue Trinity mark. And it's super cute that like, you know, Sora is like seeing Kairi, but like where is she? Why is he seeing her, you know, unbeknownst to himself? Very strange. But here is the fairy godmother, aka the most powerful being in all of the KH universe. But like, let's not worry about that till we get there. But she will basically give us summons, which are very, very powerful forms of magic in this game. As Final Fantasy X can attest, summoners and their powers are unbelievably cool. But as if we didn't have enough to be collecting, we then basically go forward and we can end up talking to Leon in the 2nd district again. And he'll basically tell us about another collectathon we can start, which is basically hunting down all of the 99 puppies that make up the 101 Dalmatians, because Pongo and Perdita, the like mum and dad dogs, managed to make their way to Traverse Town and have a safe house here. But all their 99 puppies have been scattered in treasure chests all around the different worlds. Now, a few of them are in Traverse Town, but they're just inaccessible at the moment. We don't have the means to find that way yet. But if you go along the rooftops, you can actually end up where Donald and Goofy started in the 3rd district and get a postcard there. So we'll definitely be posting that later. But this is basically Leon gets to have a chat with you and basically says, yeah, we need to like sort out this whole situation with the puppies. And once you meet up with him, it's like, yeah, you can wander in, you can go check the journal. And we have the Trinity Jump, so we found our 4 blue Trinities, which is nice. That's everything we can find for now. You can go in and it gives you that same spiel. You could have gone here as Sora and gotten this little text box there. But other than that, I think we're going to just post postcards and then journey forward in our next episode. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll talk to you the next time when we get to leave the world and explore space. Talk to you then. Have a good one. Bye-bye.